In this video, we're going to go over some shortcuts. Hopefully these shortcuts will cut down on your editing time and you'll be able to see how effective they can be for you. So let's get started. If you go up to our website, myprocad.com, and sign into the Resource Center and go into the Winter XP room or the Winter VR room, you should see a cheat sheet in there. Now this cheat sheet, for the most part, will help anybody that's just doing editing. You don't have to be a steno writer for these to work just for you. This is also for VR people as well. And what this cheat sheet is showing us are the things that are built into the Winter keyboard shortcuts to try and make your life easier as you're editing and keep your hands on the keyboard, rather than having to take them off and move it with the mouse. Now, some people like doing that, and so this may or may not be good for you, but for the rest of you, if you just give a couple of these a try, you'll see how remarkably fast it'll make your editing time. So the way that this works is across the top. Let me back up a second. When you first open this, this is going to be set like this. So obviously, unless you can tell what this is, you're not going to be able to tell what's going on. So you're going to click your view and then go ahead and rotate it clockwise. Alright, and I'm going to scroll up, and here we are. And the way that this works then is it tells you what key, and then in combination with what other key, and this is the control key, what will happen. In this case, it's going to surround a word. I'm going to go into the editor, go down a little bit, and I'm going to hit Control A, and this is what happens when I hit Control A. I'm going to kick out of there for a second. Now, if you watch this menu bar up here, when I hit Control A, it's going to change. When I do, you're going to have a whole different set of things that you can do. This will open up a file save as at that one. It's kind of the way you would do an excerpt. Edit. I can stitch. I can do anything I want with that. So that's the purpose of Control A. Even more fascinating is Control or Alt A. It'll change a Q to an A. So if you came through here and for whatever reason you misstroked something and you actually put a Q where an A was supposed to be, instead of having to backspace, tab, type, space again, or whatever, if you're anywhere in the paragraph, and I'm going to go down to one here, that's 3 lines so you can see what I'm saying. I'm going to change this Q to an A by hitting Alt A. So anywhere within that paragraph, it's going to go back and change it. Conversely, if I made the mistake and put an A where I really wanted a Q, I can hit Alt Q and it's going to change that back to a Q. So it's just like magic. Alright, so that's a kind of a cool one. Another one that is pretty awesome and it makes life easy. Let's say I meant for this to be centered. Instead of having to click on this and then go up here and then click on center, oh, oops, that was a mistake, and now I'm going to have to hit that to left justify it. All you have to do is be on the line, anywhere in the line. If it's 4 lines, like let's try this one, we're going to center it. If I hit Control C, if I hit Alt C, it's going to center it. If I decide, ooh, I don't like the way that looks, or that was a mistake, I hit Alt C again, it's going to uncenter it. Let's see. How about toggle hyphenated word to the right of the cursor? So I want to hyphenate, so I'm going to hit Alt H, and there it is. And that's going to hyphenate. Boom. I don't have to sit there and get there and hit the hyphen, backspace, and get rid of the spaces and stuff like that. It's just there. Insert a page break. Now, a lot of people, when they want to end, let's say no more text is supposed to go on a page. For instance, let's say answers and depositions is supposed to go on the next line. And I know this, and so here on line 12, I say, you know what, that's the end of my line. That's the end of this page. I don't have to put any more text on it. very quickly, if I hit Control J, it's going to end that page, and if I had this set up right, it would have just put that right on the next one, or you just start typing on the next page. Now, that's not to say, and I'm going to turn on my invisible so you can see that it does indeed have a page break there. That's not to say that all 25 lines or however many lines per page you have decided you're going to have won't be there. They aren't, and if you do a quick print preview, you'll see that they are indeed all there, and when they go to print, they will all be there. It just makes it faster for you to get to the next line. You don't have to hit enter for 10 more lines in order to create a new page. All right. All right, here's a kind of a cool one. Let's say I want to add an accent to something. What did it say it was? Control K. I want to add an accent to this E, so I'm going to hit Control K. That's not the accent I wanted, so I'm going to hit Control K again. Yikes, still not the accent I wanted. And I can do that, and every accent that is possible for that letter, you can scroll through. Kind of cool. Here's another one. Control K. And the Enye there, it's easy. Makes your documents look a lot more professional, and I guess that's the only accent for that. So use Control K. And in reality, all of these things are set for you to try and make the most of your editing time, make this go as fast as you can. There are 2 pages of this. This thing is just chock full of hopefully time-saving shortcuts for you. So I really encourage everyone, when you get this, print it out, pick 1 or 2 at a time, and get them so that they're part of your habit. You're not even thinking about it anymore. I need to change my Q to an A, boom, I hit my Control A, and it just becomes an inherent part of your editing process. Now, all of those shortcuts are part of every one of the keyboards that there are for ProCat. We have 3 different types of keyboards: the ProCat keyboard and Alt keyboard 1 and 2. I probably, if you find that there are some shortcuts here that you don't use and you want to create macros and overwrite what is by default built into Winner, you can certainly do that. We do have some other people that use the alternate keyboards and have emulated some of their old-time favorites from their older softwares. But we'll get into that in one of my other videos. I'm going to make one about making macros and using the alternative keyboards. Now, one of the other things, the other types of macros that we have are what I call playback keys. And playback keys are just a steady set of keys, and I hit Control M to get in here quickly. That's also on the shortcut thing. You have 10 of them, and that's all you get, just the Alt 1 through 0. And things like, let's say I forgot to, or misstroked and didn't put in a Q. And let's say it goes right here, I can just hit Alt 1 and it's going to go ahead and place my Q in color and format it properly for me. And you can do the same with A's. You can do, as you see, I've got by Mr. Bob, I've got the witness, everything's ready to go. This here, I'm just going to make a slight change to that one. All that does is insert a double dash. So all I have to do is Alt 4, there's my double dash. That was something we did for a client that asked recently and made me think, which is always never a good thing. But it came to me quite easily. So that playback macros thing is available for anybody, whether you're steno or a voice writer, and I encourage everyone to use it. You can pretty much use it for whatever you can think of, something that you use commonly, and of course you can come in here and change these names, leave the formatting, and you are good to go. One other thing I do want to say, if you're finding that your macros are just lagging along, you're going to want to take the speed here and possibly move it up to 100. That way it's that thing will play back instantaneously. Alright, well that's it about those types of macros and shortcuts, and I hope you guys put them to use. Again, to get that cheat sheet, you're going to go up to myprocat.com, sign into the Resource Center, and in the Winter room and in the Winter VR room, you should find the cheat sheet for download. Well, I hope this helps, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.